Good morning, folks. George Adventure down here. I'm down here in this little area right here. There's a field out there, but this is just a little area, and this was real grown up when I moved in here, but I've managed to cut it down, get it cut. The deer love it back here because you got this new growth that comes up. They got a lot to eat, but you got this thick stuff back here, and they come out, they got trails. Then the fields out there where I have all the fruit trees and all, but got my camera right here, and got a salt lick over here, or a mineral block. You can see the mineral block. It's about gone, so I got to go get another one. Now they're digging a hole. See that little hole? But this is just a peaceful place. But what I did down here, you can see this fence line right here. The guy that built the house a few years ago, he evidently put this up and had some kind of plans for it. I don't know, maybe keeping an animal in it or a dog or what, I don't know. But so I thought, well, I'm gonna figure out something to use these posts for and all this stuff, or either I'm gonna take them down, one or the other. So this place is covered up with blackberries. So what I decided to do, and you can see, these are blackberries, and I call it nature's barbed wire, because you can see these things right here. These things will hurt you. These briars right here, they hurt. I mean, they'll rip you. I got a place on my arm, but so I ran some tie wire right here, and I got 3 pieces of it. There's some there and there's some on the bottom. So I got these blackberries here trellised up, and I don't know if they're gonna get enough sun. You know, if they don't, it's okay. It's still something to do with this stuff. And then I got this side trellised up. You can see the wire right there. It's just tie wire. You get it at Home Depot. These are just old Chris oak posts, man. So got this one. Got this one going, you can see. And the good thing, what I like about blackberries, you pick a bunch of them, you can eat them. You can freeze them. I like to make a homemade blackberry cobbler, and it's a food source. See, that's the thing, it's a food source. And so, you know, you can freeze bags of them in wintertime. If you want a blackberry cobbler, you don't have to go to the grocery store. You can get your own, the ones you've grown. So here's another. There's another post. There's another trellis. And here's actually this is actually a blackberry, and they will stick you. These had blooms on them right here. You see the blooms right there. Now you can see the blackberries forming on them. So another post, you can see this. I'm gonna trim this one, but I've got it trellised up right here. You know, right here, and you can see it's I left this open right here. I'm not gonna put any wire right there, because that way I can get in here and keep it weed eated back in here, you know, and make it, you know, make it a little bit more manageable when you walk around. There's a lot of mosquitoes down here. Got an oak tree right here. This ain't an oak tree. I don't know what this is, but it's not an oak tree. But I got some blackberries right here. I'm gonna finish cleaning this out and get these rocks. But this here goes back to my property line, and it's just thick stuff. And the deer love this in here, because they can come out here and eat. Nobody bothers them. They got a lot of, when I cut it, they got clover. You can see the clover right there, a little Dino clover. But there's my house. There's my little trellis system. So out here, so you even got them here, you know. You can tame these things, they just grow everywhere. But, you know, if you want a good, you know, a food source, I mean, a lot of people don't like them, but blackberries to me I love them. I love them. They taste good, and like I said, I like to make cobbler. You can make blackberry jelly with them. We're gonna do some things with them. This here is privet. This stuff smells good. I mean, it's got, you can ride down the road around here, and you can smell it when it blooms. So it's everywhere. Now it'll take over. It's a invasive plant, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it comes from China. But I got to finish weed eating all this. I had to swap from a electric weed eater to a gas one because I got too much stuff to weed eat. So here's more blackberries. Blackberry canes right here. But you know, if you got a place that you got them growing, instead of cutting them down or poisoning them, you'll build you a trellis, or go to Home Depot and buy you a trellis, and that'll give you a good food source. Honeysuckle. There's another edible. You know, and I like to walk around. I like to try to be a woodsman and walk around and see what kind of food sources I have, you know, whether it's, you know, blackberries or wild or apples or whatever. There's some more of the privet. So I've got this one trellised up right here. Y'all seen this one, but I've got this one trellised up. It's doing pretty good. Getting we've had a lot of rain, so it's all this stuff, you can see it flowers. So hopefully it's gonna get on. I can get on up and get it out. This one, and then we got a lot of rocks here too. But another one. So I'll get this one trellised up. I got this stainless steel, and I found this at Home Depot. This tie wire, and it rusts, but it'll do the trick. But bluebirds are gone. Hopefully they'll build another nest right there. So muscadines, and I planted these. They're doing great. You can see they've really grown. They've really taken off. I fertilized them the other day. I got that mothball, bag of mothballs hanging there because it keeps deer away. You gotta have something, because they'll eat everything you got down here. So gotta have something. I'm gonna have to do something with the blueberries down here. There's my muscadine trellis, and y'all have seen it before. I'm just giving you an update. So you can see the fruit trees down there, and we're gonna plant. We got enough room and enough sun down here. We're gonna plant a couple more fruit trees, and then we'll continue to add to it. We'll see how these blueberries do right here, and then we may add some more. You know, got 3 here and 3 up on top of the hill. Got a glorious day here, folks. God has blessed us with another day. He's blessed me with another day for sure. So yeah, we're getting us a little garden area down here. And I'm gonna take you up here to the top of the hill and show you the southern crab apples that are growing. And the southern crab apples, deer love to eat them. You know, and over here, that tree right there, that's a pear tree. And I got some pears off of it last year, but you have to fight the deer for them. But I've got apple trees, and I think we're gonna plant, we got one peach. I think we're gonna plant a couple pear trees down here. But here's the blackberry vine I've planted, or whatever, the vine or cane or whatever you want to call it, but the plant. So it's doing good. But I had to put these up because they came in here and the deer did, and you can see where they snipped that off. But they hadn't been back, I don't think, because all the leaves are still here. So we got this going. It's growing good. So I'm gonna take y'all up here and show you the crab apples. The tree's pretty much loaded with them. If you like a pretty blooming tree, get you I can't remember the name of it now, but the chickadees are gone out of that box. But we planted this one. We got this in at Home Depot. It's a red bud. It don't produce any kind of fruit or anything. So I've got this, I've just added this. My father-in-law's over here, we were walking around, and he's an old timer, he's an old woodsman, he was raised on a farm, so we got muscadines here. And I put this post in the ground. I have a bunch of these old posts, been here for years, so I'm using them, but you can see the vine. See the vine right here. So I'm gonna get some stobs so I can protect these vines, and you see how they come up. But I'm gonna make a trellis, and I'm gonna take it out there because it's sunny. So we'll get some muscadines. Muscadines, which they're good to eat, you know, off the vine. Wildlife likes them, but see, there's a bunch of them right here. But they're good. They're good to make jelly. You can make jelly, or if you like to drink wine, you can make muscadine wine. My uncle used to make muscadine wine. But I'm gonna walk up here and show y'all this. Got 2 southern crabapple trees right up here. And I'm gonna show the garden just for a second too. It's really growing. I weeded it yesterday, but this is a southern crabapple tree right here. There's 2 of them right here. And you can see she's getting loaded up with crab apples. I had a tree farm, and I had probably 50 of these trees on my property. And I would deer hunt and watch the deer come in there and eat them. The deer love them, but these are sour. They're pretty sour, but you can make jelly out of them, and they're good. You can see them here. Get the focus. There we go. But you can make jelly out of them. So it's getting loaded up. With them. Now I got a pecan tree here, and I'm hoping it'll get some pecans. Another southern crabapple tree. This one isn't doing too good. I don't know, I hadn't made my mind up. I see some apples on it, but like this side over here is dead, so I'll probably end up cutting it down. It's still got some growth, but I may trim that down this fall. So I learned how to prune trees a few years ago, so. And if it dies, I'll just use it for wood carving or firewood, and then I'm gonna plant another one. But there's some more of that privet right there. Like I said, it's an invasive. You can see how it's got this pecan tree here. And it's not good. It's not good to let this stuff grow up around a tree, especially a nut or fruit tree, because it sucks. It sucks the nutrients from the tree. It's like a host. So it's not good. It smells good, but it's just not good, you know, to be around the tree. Nothing's in here. Nothing's built in this one. So yeah, that's that's what we're gonna do. I've been cutting it. I've been trimming it away from it. Hopefully that tree, I got to prune some of these limbs off this tree. Pine tree coming down. So, just gonna have a quick little view of the garden where I weeded it. I weeded it yesterday, and you can see the plants are doing good. Got these weird little mushrooms coming up, but this mulch keeps a lot of moisture in it. And you can see the tomato plants, they getting big. So, and I got the cucumbers, and they're starting to come through the trellis here. So that's good. And they'll trellis on up. Got squash over here. And I got these old parking concrete barriers, whatever you want to call them. They were piled up here, so I repurposed them. And we're going to plant potatoes in February, next February in here. I got to put some good dirt. I'm going to dig some out back there, but I'm going to put some dirt. I've been putting some leaves and some mulch. When that compost over there is ready, I'm going to put the compost in here, and then we're going to have us a potato garden. I also have some strawberries I didn't know I had. My dad-in-law was walking around, found them, so I've been fertilizing them. We're gonna let them grow. Just have to remember not to run over them with a lawnmower. So anyway, there's another little new addition. I put a wren box up. It's just a little wren box. They nested in one I had on the porch that my daddy built, and he did some artwork on it. So, you know, they you know how they mess everywhere. So I ordered one and moved it out here. There's nothing in it. I'm hoping they'll nest in it, but so yeah, we got some poison oak to kill. There's some right there going up that pine tree. So I'm gonna, when I get home from the post office, I'm gonna cut grass, and I'm gonna start spraying some Roundup on this stuff. So there's Miss Linda's little touch. But we ain't sure what comes of. I know we had some jonquils and stuff in here and some wildflowers, so we just left that. But anyway, that's our little homestead so far. We're gonna get some chickens, and we'll get that going and do videos. So God bless y'all. Get outside, man. Keep your blade sharp.